Psychological warfare is nothing new. In fact, it's been around since the beginning of time. After all, it's a lot easier to scare your enemy than to fight them head-on. It's also a lot cheaper. And it's not just some ancient practice either. Even today, psychological warfare is a major part of every military strategy. But how exactly do you wage war on the minds of men? Let's find out. Ancient methods of psychological warfare were relatively basic, relying on things like intimidation and fear. For example, the ancient Chinese are said to have once catapulted fecal matter over the city walls of their enemies. A less than pleasant surprise that was both disgusting and demoralizing. The Mongols were even more extreme, using poison gas against their enemies. While the Nazis took things to a whole new level with their use of propaganda and brainwashing, they created a massive system of lies and deceit designed to manipulate the German people into supporting their horrific agenda. But it wasn't just the bad guys who used these tactics. The good guys used psychological warfare too. During World War II, for example, the Allies would purposely leak false information to the press in order to shape public opinion. They also developed techniques to break the morale of their enemies, such as the use of loud, jarring music to disrupt sleep patterns and make soldiers more susceptible to suggestion. As the world became more modern, so, too, became the methods of psychological warfare. During the Cold War, the US and the USSR would engage in something called the propaganda war, where each side would try to demonize the other in the eyes of the world. This often involves spreading false information about the other's military capabilities, as well as their leaders. For example, one common Soviet propaganda story claimed that American pilots were paid in gold to fly dangerous missions, which was complete nonsense, but it made the pilots seem greedy and selfish nonetheless. With the advent of the internet, psychological warfare has become even more widespread and insidious. Today, anyone with an internet connection can be a soldier in this war. And the weapons of choice are often subtler than your standard propaganda. One example is the use of social media to spread fake news and propaganda. This is especially effective when it comes to swaying public opinion because social media users are more likely to believe information that is presented to them as coming from a friend or family member rather than from an official source. Another popular tactic is the use of deepfakes to create realistic videos that appear to show things that never happened. These can be used to spread fake news, to damage a person's reputation, or even to incite violence. So who exactly is winning this war? Well, that's difficult to say. After all, it's hard to measure the effectiveness of something as intangible as psychological warfare. But one thing is for sure. It's a war that we are all fighting, whether we know it or not. Each and every one of us is a potential target. So it's important to be aware of the tactics that are being used so that we can protect ourselves from them.